Hello, 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 beautiful soul. I am so honored to share this sacred time and space with you today. And what was on my heart was surrounding comparison and how we can shift out of that, elevate from it, and really see ourselves in a higher light. So one of the things that was showing up for me during my meditation today was a memory that I had from a few years ago. And here's the scenario. So I was at a retreat, a weekend retreat on a Disney cruise for personal development. And in the morning before our sessions, I went to the workout facility, the gym on the cruise ship. And one of the retreat leaders was on the treadmill right next to me. It was packed in there and there was only one treadmill left. And I got myself set up right next to her. And she was running, sprinting full force ahead. She was training for some type of event. I don't know if it was a triathlon or just a running event, but I knew that she was training for something with her fitness. And as I, got myself up on the treadmill and started walking at the pace that was correct for me at the time, I was having so many moments of, what is she thinking of me right here next to her as she's, going full force, running straight for it, powerful, getting her all, going all in. And I'm doing the same thing, but it looks so different. And what is she going to think of me? Is she going to judge me? Is she going to think that I'm, slow and out of shape or whatever? And then I realized that I was actually having those judgments of myself in that moment. And what I was, having these thoughts about, oh, what is she going to think of this? It was actually me comparing myself to her. And it was me having this judgment of where I was on my journey and what I was navigating on my journey and on my path. And the thing that there's so much that I'm going to share with you about this, but the main thing is that we never know what anybody else is going through, is navigating, is being challenged by, is growing through. We don't know those things, right? Unless we have conversations about it and connect with them about it. And they tell us or we learn, right? But we always know what we are going through and what our life experience is like and what we are navigating. And each one of us has our own life experiences, has our own lessons and things that we are going through on this life that are delivered to us and for us to help us grow and to help us evolve and to let us see our strengths and to let us see the areas of improvement or enhancement and to let us see the different aspects, not only of the self, but by seeing somebody else in a different position, we also can see what our desires are underneath it, right? So in this circumstance, for me, as I'm walking relatively slowly, but still doing my best. And at this point in time, I was still having physical pain while walking. So I was still healing from a really pretty severe lower back injury. And walking was really like an accomplishment for me. I was so thrilled that I could be on the treadmill, that I could be walking at a steady pace, feeling strong and, moving in a way that still felt good, even though I still had a little bit of pain. It was major progress for me. And after I kind of went through this little bit of a judgment loop and a comparison, I brought myself back into my heart space, and I was able to reframe all of that and see myself in a higher light because of the journey that I was on, the journey that I had already been on to heal that injury, to release that pain, to rehabilitate my physical strength. And walking at the pace that I was at, in the way that I was at, truly was an accomplishment for me. And so something that I was really proud of, right? And so even though I had this moment that obviously has stuck with me for a few years of this comparison of watching her run and me walking and having this comparison and then judgment show up, and also being able to center back into my heart and say, wow, you've really come a long way. Look at all that you have accomplished. Look at all that you have moved through. Look at all that you have progressed through. Look at all that you have healed through. Look at all of the lessons that you've gained through this process and this journey that you've been on. And being able to acknowledge that, being able to recognize that, being able to see that, being able to appreciate that, being able to value that and own it internally and stand with myself in confidence, regardless of the speed on the treadmill. Like, it just didn't matter after I really gave myself that pep talk and allowed myself to be with me and my heart and to honor my journey that was unique to me. And each of us has our own journey that is unique to us as individuals. And your strengths, your life, your gifts, your experiences, the challenges that you're facing, the triumphs that you overcome, the pace and speed in which you move through life is all happening for your soul's growth and evolution in the way that it is destined for you to learn and grow and evolve through. And the beauty in each of us having different experiences and different life, maybe similar life lessons, but different life experiences and unique perspectives and moving through the world in our own way is that when you see somebody else who maybe you're comparing yourself to, and maybe you're coming into a self-judgment around, or maybe you are feeling jealous of the characteristics that you see, or the life that they're living, or the lifestyle they have, or some aspect of another that you desire. And the desire is showing up in a judgment, in a comparison, or in a jealousy. When that shows up, it's pointing you towards what you want for yourself. And it's also mirroring an aspect of you that is already there, and you're just not seeing it. And you get an opportunity in that moment to look at that other individual or that experience as a mirror to what is also within you. So what I was seeing in her was this strength and this power and this grace and this determination. And when I was able to kind of extract those characteristics from the circumstance, I was like, oh, I'm already there. I already have those attributes. I already have those characteristics. And it's just showing up differently in my life experience right now. Right? My life is different. She wasn't healing from an injury. And if she was, she had already gone past the level of healing that I was at, right? She had already risen past that. She had moved past that. And it was beautiful because I also got to see that potential. I got to see that possibility. I got to remember what was ahead for me. And I got to remember that I get the choice to move towards that still. And instead of staying in the Debbie Downer trap and low frequency trap of comparison and judgment and a hint of jealousy, I was able to dissolve those things through a shift in my perspective, through seeing myself and my journey in a higher light. From shifting my focus onto what was strong within me, what was going well for me, what I was proud of in that moment, how I could recognize the possibility and the movement forward. And when we open ourselves up in that way, and when we can see that reflection, not only of ourselves, but in another, we rise in love of ourselves and in honoring and respecting our own experiences for the lessons, for the growth that we are meant to have in them, while simultaneously getting clear on the desire underneath it. For me in that moment, the desire was that strength and flexibility and movement in my physical body. And where this is showing up in my life now, currently, is through the growth and evolution of my spiritual business and my spiritual company, and how witnessing many other, online coaches and spiritual teachers and mentors and the evolution that they've gone through and the growth that they've had and the speed at which they've been moving. And I was finding myself in that space of comparison and judgment. And I didn't really feel the jealousy this time around, but I was definitely feeling the comparison and the judgment. And I was able to see both things simultaneously of, wow, I really value what they're showing me, what's possible, and this potential and this, ability to keep moving forward in the direction of my desires and the directions of my dreams, and just showing me, different things that are possible for me too, because if it's possible for somebody else, then it's also possible for us. And even if there is no evidence in anybody else that you've ever known or seen do something, it doesn't matter. It's still possible for you. It is still a potential for you. And each moment is an opportunity for us to shift our focus and to shift our energy into that. This is possible for me. This is a potential for me. And to accept ourselves on a deeper level, on our own pace, and what is true and correct for us, given what we are currently navigating in our individual life experiences. So as I'm, seeing these other, I was getting into this comparison and this judgment again, and I was able to come back in and say, I've been really dealing with some challenges physically with my health, again, something that I don't often share or talk about, but in this moment it feels really important to share that I've been navigating some really chronic health challenges with my energy level, with how I feel, with a lot of different symptoms that I've been navigating over the past several years. And recently have sought new treatment methods to work with them and to continue my healing of my physical vessel. But one of the main challenges for me has been incredible fatigue. And when I have days that I'm fully fatigued, there's like nothing, I'm doing all the things, I'm resting, I'm doing the things that I know to do to manage my physical energy. And having such intense bouts of fatigue has just been so frustrating and so challenging, and has made me, again, be this walking on the treadmill versus running. And in the sense of my company and my evolution and my growth in that, and really having to give myself extra grace for what I am currently navigating and not trying to keep up with anybody else but myself. And to really honor where I'm at in my growth and honor where I'm at in my evolution and honor the things that I am really strong in, and honoring my energy physically in different ways. And that's something that has also been teaching me so much about, effective use of our energy and effective use of our creativity and effective use of all of our resources that we have. And I believe that our energy and our time and our creativity and our expression and our power are like the main, golden resources that we have to work with in this life. And so as I've kind of been, processing through and sifting through the comparison that I was noticing and the judgment that I was noticing on myself in relation to others, it was really a powerful shift again for me to say, oh, well, they may not, I'm navigating these things, and this is real in my experience, and this is a priority for me to heal through, to navigate, to give love and grace and honoring around, and to not beat myself up around it, because my life is unique to me. My experiences are unique to me. And what we each navigate is teaching us exactly what we are meant to learn in exactly the ways that we can learn from it. And no two people are experiencing life or perceiving life the same way. And so this comparison bullshit has just got to stop. We've got to reframe and elevate out of that for ourselves. I've had clients say to me, everything is perfect in your world. You have the perfect relationship. You have the perfect this. You have the perfect that. And anytime I have somebody, say that to me, I giggle, because I'm like, I don't believe in perfection. It's a lie. It is an illusion. Divine perfection, divine order is truth. And divine perfection and divine order is that we are each experiencing life as our teacher, learning through our own lessons as we go along, learning to accept and love and honor ourselves as we are, uniquely, divinely you. Uniquely, divinely you. And when you can acknowledge that, and when you can honor that, and when you can accept yourself deeper, regardless of circumstance, regardless of what is going on around you, regardless of what you may be navigating, when you can love yourself deeper and accept and approve of yourself deeper and know that you are unconditionally worthy and magnificent just because you are you, alive in this vessel that you have, with this mind that you have, with these emotions that you have, with the relationships and circumstances that you have. That is when you rise higher in your transformation journey, in your manifestation journey, because you realize that as you are whole and complete, nothing missing, nothing needing to be fixed, only growth, only evolution, only expansion, only more love, only more lightness, only things that get to be dissolved and released, only things that get to be received more of, amplified, and activated within you. When you can come back into that space, that remembrance, that knowingness, as an individual, having your own blessed and magnificent, divinely perfect for you life experience, what anybody else is navigating, or any comparison or any judgment or any jealousy, just goes out the window. It dissolves. It's no longer relevant. It's not even there. Because you know who you are, and you own it, and you claim it in your own individual and unique way. Your life, your life is sacred. And when you come back into that space of empowerment through the heart, so much will then open for you. The blessings and desires on the other side, right? Now that you have the clarity of, oh, this comparison game and this judgment game and this jealousy game is just showing me what I actually want. It's just showing me what I actually desire. It's showing me so clearly what I want. Oh, well, would you look at that beautiful mirror reflecting back to me what's possible for me? What I get to have too, because why not me? Why not me? So when you allow those experiences to remind you of your power, remind you of your truth, and reflect to you the exact desires with clarity for you, your unique divine desires, you can then elevate into the vibration of them, the focus onto that which you do want with this now open, elevated, and expanded heart. Because you're loving yourself more, you're approving of yourself more, you're accepting of yourself more, you're honoring yourself more, you're recognizing, validating, valuing yourself more. You are stepping deeper into your worthiness, into your power, into your plenty. And now you say, oh, and this is my desire, and I'm going to walk towards that now by focusing on how I get to be a match for that with my open, pure, clean, vibrant heart and energy. I get to refocus on those infinite, limitless possibilities. I get to catch that vision. I get to bring that in to my heart and say, thank you for showing me what it is that I am meant to walk into next, or what I am meant to run into next, what I am meant to move fluidly into next, at my own speed, at my own pace, on my own beautiful and blessed path, in my own beautiful and blessed and unique ways, appreciating exactly where I am now and focusing forward on that next step towards my divine desires and destined path. I pray that wherever you are on your journey today, you allow yourself to step into that frequency of limitless and infinite possibility and your own unique, energetic, soul-aligned signature and vibration that is in alignment with that truth for you. I pray that you release and dissolve the layers of judgment and comparison and jealousy that no longer serve you, and allow them to reflect the desire and the elevated and the empowered energy on the other side of it. Let yourself move in the direction that is supportive and empowering for you. You deserve it. You are worthy of feeling good. And you deserve all of the desires that are truly on your heart. You deserve your own love and your own light. Until our next divine encounter, I am sending you deep love, appreciation, and empowerment on your journey forward. Namaste.